Right, welcome. I am so excited that you're here. My name is Jen, and I have transitioned from being a physical therapist to being a life coach after overcoming 20 plus years of burnout and overwhelm in the healthcare profession. And today we're going to dive into a technique that's transformed my life and the lives of so many others, including all of my one-on-one clients and also my mastermind clients. And it's called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, or tapping. I have done a live on this before, but today we're going to specifically tap on emotional eating. But before that, I'm just going to share a little bit to kind of get those of you that aren't familiar with this technique kind of up to speed. But I really want to connect for a minute and just ask you, have you ever found yourself like reaching for a snack, not because you're hungry, but because you're feeling stressed or anxious or just bored maybe? Or perhaps you kind of held yourself back from different opportunities because you didn't feel confident enough. If that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. Today, I'm going to share with you how tapping can be a game changer around emotional eating. So a little bit about my journey with tapping. There was a time when my day wasn't complete without a glass of wine or two and some mindless snacking on like chips or popcorn, and sometimes Cheez-Its with my wine. It was usually because of a stressful day at work, or I would do like a snap to my family. So more often than not, I would either turn to wine and snacks like that to emotionally soothe myself, or I would head online and shop on Amazon. Again, both of these were not necessarily healthy behaviors that I was trying to use to cope with different stressors that had come up in my day. For some of you, it may be chocolate, it may be more desserts. For me, it's always wine and salty carbs versus the sweets. But it was a cycle of emotional eating and shopping that left me feel guilty and stuck, right? So I would come home, I'd be stressed, I would, gorge myself on a full bag of potato chips, and then I would feel guilty, right? And I'd start beating myself up, and this cycle just continued. But then I worked with my life coach when I first joined her about 5 years ago before I was certified, and we did some tapping on this topic together. And then I dove into and learned as much about it as possible because it was one of those tools in my tool belt that really, really helped me. And I want to share that with you, right? So we're going to kind of just dive in. And again, I'm not going to go into as much detail on what tapping is and how it works, because I've done that in a previous live video. If you're watching this in my Facebook group or on my Instagram, you can scroll back and find that. But just briefly, tapping is known as emotional freedom technique. It's kind of a psychological acupressure technique that's been used to provide individuals with relief from stress, anxiety, physical pain, emotional distress. There's actually research showing that it's beneficial in weight loss as well. And it was definitely developed back in the 1990s by Gary Craig, a Stanford engineering graduate and personal performance coach. So it involves tapping with your fingers on specific points of your body while focusing on the negative emotions or physical sensations that you have. And it was designed to kind of release those energy blockages that are causing the emotional distress or the physical distress. And the science behind it is really pretty cool. So again, if you followed me for any length of time or were connected in this space, you know that I'm a little woo-woo and a little science, right? Having my doctorate in physical therapy, I'm definitely like to rely on the science, but I also believe in the universe having our back and just some woo-woo stuff, law of attraction as well. So I provide a little bit of a balance there. But the science behind the tapping centers on the ability to calm what's called the amygdala. And that's the part of your brain that's responsible for controlling fear and anxiety, okay? When we experience stress or fear, the amygdala is activated and it releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, okay? And this makes us feel like anxious. It makes us feel like jittery. It makes us feel like we're crawling out of our skin, right? And when you tap on these meridian points, and I'm going to guide you through a tapping in a little bit, it helps it reduces the releasing of the stress hormones, okay? So this process can lower anxiety, can improve mood, and increase in overall emotional well-being. So when you start to tap, we're going to go through the tapping points together. I take off my glasses so I don't knock them off. So I'm also going to offer this to you if you comment tapping wherever you're watching this in my Facebook group or on Instagram, or if you are on my newsletter list or watching it on YouTube. If you reply tapping, I will send you this entire script so you can tap yourself along with the tapping points as well, so that you can continue to try it on your own. You also have the ability to always come back to this video and kind of speed it up if you want to and just get to the tapping. But we always start tapping with, this is called the karate chop. So you can do it this way, you can do it this way, but it's just, we're gonna do this 3 times. Then you start with the corners of your eyes. Like I usually do mine like this. You can do it 1 hand or you can do 2 hands. Then we go to the outside and then we go under the eye. We go under the nose, the chin. Then we go to the collarbone. This one's always a little awkward. You go this, right? And then you tap on the head. Okay. So let's dive in to this tapping technique around emotional eating. And again, like I said, this is going to be available to you for to get the script that we're getting ready to go through, in addition to the tapping points. If you just comment tapping or reply to an email that says tapping, and I will send it your way. So I want you to think about emotional eating. I want you to think about like if you are getting ready to emotionally eat, if you come home and you're stressed out and your first inclination is to reach for the chocolate, the cookies, the potato chips, any of those things, I want you to try this first, right? And I want you to think about how true is you wanting to emotionally eat on a scale of 0 to 10. Okay, so this is just kind of a way of showing that the tapping works. So 0 means I'm good, which means you probably don't need to tap. But maybe you've had like a really bad day and you come home and that's all you want is the wine, a beer, cookies, any of those things. Rank it on a scale of 0 to 10, and then we're going to dive in. Okay, so if the words that I am using don't resonate with you, then pick a different word, okay? But we're going to start with the karate chop. So even though I don't feel like I have control over what I eat, I love and accept myself. We're going to say this 3 times. Even though I don't feel like I have control over what I eat, I love and accept myself. Even though I don't feel like I have control over what I eat, I love and accept myself. Then we're going to go to the eyebrow. All the stress around food. I want to eat better, but I don't want to deprive myself. I need this food. I have to keep eating when I'm not hungry because I need a break. I need an escape. I need this food. Food has been such a comfort. Food is always there for me. I'm not willing to let go of these unhealthy habits, these intense cravings, this inner battle around what I eat. I don't want to eat in a destructive way, but I don't want to deprive myself either. Maybe there's another way. Maybe I can still enjoy food. Maybe I can feel calm before I reach for food. Maybe there are other ways to reward myself. Maybe this is easier than I thought. I'm open to finding new ways to reward myself. I'm open to new ways to comfort. I choose to feel calm and centered now. I find healthy ways to nurture myself. I am in tune with my body. It's been under so much stress. This is only draining my body. I find ways to recharge through loving thoughts. I'm kind to my body. I choose these foods that nourish my body. I find the pleasure in health. They feel good to my body and soul. I am in tune with what my body needs. I hydrate my body with pure cleansing water. I take deep breaths before I begin to eat. I am present and in control. I enjoy my food. I am in control. I know when I am full. I make eating even more pleasurable. Being present and calm when I eat, this is easier than I thought. I can be easy on myself. I begin to incorporate healthy habits every day. This feels so good. I find the pleasure in healthy choices. I am in control. I nurture my body today with positive thoughts and nourishing foods. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, and then rate your setup statement before. So when we first got started and we were doing our karate chop here, and you ranked it from 0 to 10, I want you to rank it now. And generally, if your number is still above a 5, go through the process again. If it's less than a 5, then you've done a great job and you can kind of move forward with your day. So again, if you're interested in getting this tapping script and a little bit more information about tapping, just comment tapping wherever you're watching this. On YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or in my email newsletter. And I will send over the script so you can continue to do this. And also, if today's session kind of resonated with you and you really want to dive deeper into becoming the person you've always wanted to be, confident, in control of your emotions, at the top of your priority list, I'd love to support you further. And you can schedule a free Calm Your Chaos session with me where we'll hop on the phone. There's no pressure at all. We'll explore your challenges and discuss how you can move forward. So if you're interested in that, you reach out to me again in any way that we are connected, and just comment call or session, either one. And I'll reach out to you and we'll get something scheduled. So I hope that you have an incredible day. And for those of you that are brand new to tapping, I can't wait to see how it goes for you.